Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm TarotOracle and I do the readings. Why isn't my microphone working? My microphone says it's not working. Let me know if you can hear me. That would be great.
Time for the TarotOracle show.
Sometimes it says it's not working, but it actually is working. So if anybody can tell me if they can hear me, that would be fantastic. That would be utterly fantastic. So, yeah. Well, first question is going to be not even on the screen. Wow, we have massive technical difficulties going on here. What the hell's going on? Reading text is supposed to be there, but it's not there. The queue is supposed to be there, but that's not there. I'm not sure what's going on. It's going to be a rough stream. This is going to be a rough stream because nothing is displaying. So the question should be there, but it's not there. So this is going to be, this is going to be a ton of fun. We have lots of things. So the only thing I can do is like end the stream and come back, but I don't want to do that, so I don't know. Maybe, let's see, reading image. Let me hide that and bring that back. Reading text, let me hide that and bring that back. Q, let me hide that and bring that back. And none of it's working. Oh, it's going to be a long day, boys. It's going to be a long day tonight. But yeah, Sarah, I'm feeling fine, but it looks like that absolutely nothing is working tonight. So that'd be great. All right. So yeah, it appears my software has just taken a complete dump. Way it goes, I guess, but yeah, there's that. Anyway, I can't really restart it because then it'll end the stream, and I don't really want to do that. Anyway, all right, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. We're just going to have to wing it at this point. So, Sarah Taylor asked a question the last time, and we'll make sure and get the... So if you're tuning in later, in the video, I'll have chapters, so you can click on your reading and go directly to it. But, you know, that's it. So, yeah, anyway, so that's the only way you're going to be able to find your reading. So, luckily, I add that. Anyway, Sarah Taylor wants to know a general reading for September. So, we can do that, right? We can do that. So, the question limit, I wonder if I can do that. I wonder if I can mix that into this. Maybe. Let's see. Hang on. Browser source, Shatter Seeker. So the reading text is a file. So let me go ahead and make that a file. Let me go ahead and say text and then do refresh browser and then do refresh cache and then close. No, it's not going to work. All right. Anyway, so yeah, you know, there we go. So Sarah Taylor wanted to know, general for September. Six of Pentacles, September is going to be a giving month. You have a lot of things that are sort of going to be presenting themselves, that are going to be available, that are going to be out there. And it's going to be kind of an exciting month for you because you're going to have some opportunities that you haven't had before. When I say giving month, that basically means there's a lot of things that are sort of handed to you that otherwise you would have to work for, you would have to kind of reach for. It's going to be a little bit on the difficult side, what have you, but you know, that's just the way that it sort of happens. But that is something to where more people are going to be available, more people are going to be out there, and they're going to be sort of giving you some things that you haven't really had before. The Hanged Man talks about September being a little bit of outside of your comfort zone month. You're going to have a lot of different things that you're going to have to kind of put up with as far as outside of your comfort zone. Maybe something I didn't want to do, maybe something I wasn't as excited about as I would have liked to be with that. The Hanged Man just says just kind of putting up with that. It's going to be okay, but getting outside of your comfort zone is definitely going to be one of those opportunities that you're going to be ready to rock and roll with. Queen of Pentacles also talks about a little bit of sort of working hard, being diligent, getting some things going, getting some things moving that otherwise you would have liked to have, you know, sort of done before. But yes, definitely sort of working hard. What opportunities do you have? Where would you like to go? How would you like to sort of, you know, see what you're going to do next, really blossom and really get going? And that's going to be something that you're going to have to question yourself. The Devil talks about a lot of doubts, a lot of disassociation, like a lot of times, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen. It feels like you're not really in a deep level of control within the month of September, but that's sort of okay. You know, again, because we're outside of our comfort zone, we do reach back for, I want some control. I want some availability of having some control here. And you just don't really have that within September, but, you know, overall, that's going to be okay. So there we go. There we go. That is indeed Sarah Taylor that we did not get the other day, but we're going to get them. We got them right now. All right. Type of work. All right. A is next. A wants to know, will the next job be in a big, medium, or small company kind of thing? What are we looking for when we see the company, the opportunities, the things that we are kind of excited about? We definitely want to see where that is going to take us. So there we go. By the way, thank you all for your donations. We got Sarah, Double MR, Cosmickitty. We got Sarah again, Solid as a Rock, and Lisa. Thank you for your donations. Effie, we got Paula, Crafty Lady, Reiki. We got Solid as a Rock. We got Bartman. We got YN. I did get your PayPal donation. YN, let me know what your question is. Black Swan, thank you for your donation as well. All right. So A wants to know if we got a big, medium, small company, what kind of footprint do we have on the job side? What kind of footprint? What kind of things are we going? The Seven of Coins looks at more of a startup, looks at more of a company that's within that growth phase. They're ready to sort of move forward. They're ready to sort of grow. They don't have like a ton of money. They have kind of a little bit of a challenging thing going on over here. And it feels like the employees kind of run this show, right? You know, you kind of run this show. That's going to be something that's okay. You know, it's kind of cool, kind of fun. It doesn't feel like that you have like tons of, structure and stuff like that. We're inventing it, we're creating it on the fly, and that's something that we kind of sort of go forth and make happen. Three of Swords over here says there's a bit of a heartbreak. It's almost like you wanted something huge. You wanted the big corporation. You wanted to go to work for Microsoft or Google or something like that. It feels like you wanted something larger, something bigger than life. But, you know, the reality is, as a company grows, as a company starts, as a company gets going, if you're an integral part of that job, that means that you grow with it and you're part of the sort of the foundational people that sort of get in there. And that's going to be kind of fun. And it's definitely something that you can look forward to and be excited about, even though it's just kind of upsetting. You wanted that master kind of thing going going here. Death says is a welcome change, and change is something that happens within here. Again, because it's smaller, because it's kind of new, this is going to be something where there's a lot of fluctuation, a lot of change, a lot of adjustment, and that's going to be, you know, it's going to be something that's all right at the end of the day. Cinderella, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Cinderella, I do not have the Arcanum Tarot out here. If you want to give me an alternate, I will use the alternate. Thank you very much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, next up is Sarah. Sarah wants to know, it is official. The manager is leaving. How will this affect me? What kind of interesting things are going to happen now that they're bailing and all of that other stuff? So you do have that official announcement, I guess, or the big sort of the movement towards, you know, getting something done over there as far as that. So yeah, we'll see how that happens. Tarot reader, welcome. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. How are you? It's so good to see you. All right. Yeah, we're having technical difficulties. So we're missing titles. We're missing the queue. I'm not sure how this survived considering everything else is gone. I guess it's the HTML is just having the issue. HTML is not getting loaded and what have you. But that's kind of that's kind of a given there, I guess. But yeah, we do have some interesting HTML issues going on here. So hopefully we can get that fixed after stream. We can get that fixed. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. The text HTML, if I just load that, it is empty. If I just load that, it is empty. What the hell's going on with that? Is that something that's wrong with that? I guess maybe that's something. Get question text. Is question text there? It is there. Question text is there. It has the question there. But yeah, when I actually load it, there's nothing displayed. So it looks like maybe my whole HTML thing just kind of bit the dust. Another one bites the dust. Indeed. You know what I could do? I could add a source, and I could do, instead of browser source, I could do a, man, what am I going to do? Instead of that, I could do not a chat box. Whereas I think this thing updated and basically broke that. So what we could do is we could add text, and then we could say add the source, add it as a new text, and then we have the source. And we can say that we want the source to be read from a file, and then we could have it read from question.txt, and then we could color it to be a darker color, so like that. So that's really primitive. That is really primitive, but that does sort of fix some things. So let me expand this out here. Let me expand this out. It looks absolutely terrible. It does look absolutely terrible. So how can we fix this here? We can text GDI. Can we anti-aliasing? We can leave that on. We can do alignment left. And yeah, we can just kind of hope for the best here. Hope for the best. Arial regular, read from file, text transform. I don't want that. All right, alignment, vertical alignment. Okay, so we have a very Walmart version of this, so this will work for today, I guess. So we'll get that, and we'll move that down a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, it's going to be super small, but y'all going to have to put up with it because we have all sorts of challenges today. All right, so yeah, managers leaving, how will this affect me? You do have a two of wands. They already have a job lined up. It's not like that they're leaving and they're just kind of hoping for the best and trying to figure out, you know, where they're going to go and trying to figure out, oh, Jesus Christ. Now I have to enter my code for the thing. Hang on. 671-485. All right. 671-485. 671-485. And trust this device and go. All right. So now I'm having technical difficulties getting in. So Janice, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Let me know what your question is. All right, so it's official. How are we going to get this done? They do already have a job lined up, which I think is going to be pretty obvious here. You have like this basically just hunting for something better, hunting for a better opportunity. And I think this has affected somebody else other than you. It feels like that there's some other people that are affected, maybe dramatically, maybe not, but there's some other people that are definitely affected here by this particular person leaving. I do think, obviously, you said you had a good connection with this person. You know, they were kind of, you know, good to you. They were good for you kind of thing. And you kind of feel that way too. You feel like the new person is not really going to fit the same shoes. You feel like that you're going to have to re-explain yourself. Other people are going to have to get to know you. And this is something that will ultimately lead to you having to abandon this particular job and get something else. So that's what I think. I think that there is a difficulty basically continuing on, trying to figure out where you're going to go, what you're going to do. I think ultimately you do get out of there and basically go somewhere else as far as that is. I do think that the manager does call you and try to recruit you. I think I saw that before. You do have a recruitment kind of feel, like I need, you know, somebody to be there. I need the people. And this is something that people do after they leave a company, is they find their key people that they really trusted, that they really liked, and they recruit them or they drag them away and, you know, sort of use them at the new company. So that I think that you are going to get a connection from this individual, and they are going to come around and say, hey, are you still available? What are you doing? You know, I think that's going to be an important aspect over here. Now, you do have somebody that is going to badmouth the manager. I don't know who it is, but it feels like that you're going to have somebody that's just bad-mouthing the manager. They didn't like the manager in the first place, and they just start some gossip, and you're not going to like that, because that was a good manager. That was somebody that, you know, that was just a good person overall, and you're just not going to like how that goes. But there we go. Lots of detail as far as it goes. So we are fixing one thing at a time. And for now, we're going to fix this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to fix this. So let me get this text thing over here. We got tons of PayPal donations. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. But yeah, let me do a alignment to the center instead of that, right? Let me do an alignment to the center. Misrak, I thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. We also have Rosemary with a double dono, and we have YK on the PayPal side. Janice, if you didn't already tell me your question, let me know what that is, and, you know, see what's going on with all of that. So it's MyOneLiFe. Is that you, Janice? Is that the same person? Let me know. All right. Today, we are going to do MR. MR wants to know D's feelings for me. Does D still love me, or do they not love me? Let's find out what is going on. How is that going to kind of figure out as far as we go? There we go. All right. We're going to use a little bit of the magical tarot that we just got. Oh, by the way, my tarot coins apparently are shipping. So I supported a Kickstarter that had tarot coins, and I spent like $150 on these things because I got them all. So apparently they're shipping soon. So I'm pretty excited about that. I got to say, I want to see these tarot coins. They looked really cool, and I be kind of fun to put them in a bag and shake them up and throw some coins on the table and see what's going on with that. So I ordered basically everything they sold for the tarot coins, the astrology coins, the rune coins, and I ordered the cloth that comes with it as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, D's current feelings for me: Ten of Swords. They want nothing to do with you right now. It feels like they're very sort of cutting things things off. They're not very happy. They're not very content. They're cutting things off, and they feel like that they're very frustrated at the entire thing. Like things aren't going the way that they want to. Things aren't going as excitable, as sort of thrilling as they would like it to be with that. King of Wands feels like that they have lost a great amount of control, and I think this is something that's very frustrating indeed for them, and something that you're going to have to kind of put up with here. But basically, we don't want nothing to do with you. A very sort of frustrated King of Wands. I just want to do my own thing over here. A little bit of a fiery aspect. I do think they're going to eventually come back. We saw that in a previous reading, but that's something that you're going to have to wait for. A Queen of Swords says that they feel like that they were treated unfairly. They feel like that they're kind of frustrated, and overall, they're just not like 110% content with how things are moving or how things are going on in there. Samantha, welcome. Appreciate you hanging out. How you doing tonight? All right, let's see. AMR also wanted to know why my stream isn't working tonight, you know? AMR is like, wait a minute. There was a stream over here. There used to be a queue over here, and now there's nothing. And that's because everything stopped working overnight. I'm not sure. So I booted up my computer 10 minutes before the stream started, and everything is failing. So I don't know why, but I will fix it, but I need more than 10 minutes to fix shit like that. You know, D's next action towards me, 10 of Wands. Feels like they're going to overload you with guilt. You should be guilty because you did this. You should be guilty because these things happen. It feels like they're going to kind of offload the guilt onto you. They're going to throw it onto your side. They're going to be kind of frustrated with this whole situation, and they're going to kind of blame you for it. So I think there's a level of blame that's going to come out of their mouth. Reality, you know, is it real? Is it not real? You never know. But bottom line is they're just going to guilt you for it, whether you like it or not. That's one of those things that happen. The Emperor does say as well that this person really feels like that they're going to start barking commands, or they're going to, I need this, I need that. It's almost like they turn in very selfish for some reason, and that's kind of frustrating for everybody, especially you, because you know that you really don't deserve that kind of treatment. You don't deserve where that is sort of going overall. The next action is just going to be just sort of venting. I'm venting frustration. I don't like this. I don't like that. And you're just going to have to kind of put up with it. You're going to have to kind of put up with it, because that is the deliverance that you get indeed. Cosmickitty knows what I'm talking about. Cosmickitty is like, I had a question below, and if you click it, it will have all of my info. All right. Cosmickitty says a really long thing that we're going to have to move over here, right? You know what I should do? I should put a background in there. I should put a background color in there. Let me make my background color white. I make my background color white and then click done. And yeah, and then I watch that not work. That would be fantastic. That's just my favorite thing ever. Is just having the background in there and nothing works. Background opacity needs to be more. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's a little bit better. At least you can read it. All right, a few days ago, I got logged into my personal email at work, and will I get in trouble? I'm paranoid. Will I be okay? Will IT fire me because I'm checking my emails at work when I shouldn't be? If you're checking your emails at work, it's going to be a capybara kind of day, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what reality gives you. It's what reality gives you indeed. So, yeah. We'll see what's going on with all of that. All right, let's see. Samantha, thank you for your question. I got you in the queue there. All right, few days ago, back in the day, I logged into my personal email at work, and I don't know what happened because I don't know if I'm going to get fired about that email. The Fool, the Four of Wands, and the Sun says you're going to be okay. I think you just get a casual warning. It says, Cosmickitty, you don't need to be logging in to your private email at work. So you, if you do me a favor and go ahead and don't do that anymore, and you'll be like, whoopsie, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And then they'll be like, okay, it's all right, it's no big deal. And you'll be like, yay, everything's fine, just like the Tarot Oracle said. Rosemary and the double Samantha, thank you very much. But yeah, I don't see a problem. You got nothing but great cards here. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great. So the next time you log in at work, don't check your email, right? Don't check your email. Don't email back that cute guy that you just met. You gotta hold yourself back. Hold yourself back a little bit. I don't know. YN doesn't hold themselves back though. They are over here asking a lot of good questions right here. Does my boyfriend's friend have a crush on me? Oh, Jesus, with all of that. I mean, we can sort of get some of that going on, I guess.
Are they cheating on me? Those panties ain't mine.
Does my boyfriend's friend have a crush on me? Let's see if they're crushing on you today. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know. We're going to have to see. You know what I'm saying? We have to put some cards down and find out if they have a crush on you at all. Oh, the Empress, Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups says yes, they have a little bit of the love balloon crush. Everybody loves the love balloons, and they have a little bit of a crush on you indeed. So, you know, I mean, you do what you want with all of that. Page of Pentacles says, there's not really a lot of chasing to do here. I think that there is a little bit of frustration if you want to go full hog on this particular thing. Empress says that, hey, they can see you in the bed over there. They kind of have a little bit of that crush. And that Knight of Cups talking about Mr. Romance. All of the beautiful things. Mwah. All the beautiful things that happen over there at the when the boyfriend's friend is over there, because they've been looking at you kind of wild. They've been looking at you a little bit wild going on over there. So that's nice. That's pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of solid as a rock, you are next. You are next, so come on down for the prices. Have a shutdown from work at the moment. Unsure what's going on with me. What is going on over there? Oh, man. I'm just keeping to myself over there. What is a shutdown from work? What does that mean? Does that mean they tell you not to come in because there's no work for you or something? I don't know what is a shutdown. Somebody explain that to me. Cinderella, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. We got Tarot Magician. What is up? We got the beautiful, wonderful Renee up in here. Renee, I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties. I logged in 10 minutes before the stream, and all of my HTML cute little stuff, it ain't working. So I had to hack this in the last minute and this kind of thing. Leo girl, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. We got Samantha with another donation as well. I've switched off from work at the moment. Unsure what's going on around me. I keep telling you, find another damn job. You're like, I don't want to find a job. I'm fine. And then here you come over here, you're switched off. You know, you don't feel like just sitting there working anymore. You're switched off. You're just disconnected from that. Queen of Swords says somebody said something to you that really irked you. that really irked you a little bit. Somebody said something to you, as well as you feel like you're just not getting paid what you're worth. And I think getting passed up from getting the hot pay, getting all of the good pay, it feels like that you're a little bit frustrated with that. I'm over here with this 5 of coins. I ain't got nothing decent. Doesn't feel like nothing real's coming on. And that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying right now. Ace of Swords talks about that newness that you need, that re-invitation to something exciting, something real. I think one of the things you feel like what you're doing doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, you really didn't make any difference at all. So why even bother going? And it feels like you're just frustrated with that. And that's one of the opportunities that is going to sort of lead you into that new direction, lead you into somebody else's arms in the work thing right there. Because the High Priestess says with a little more training, with a little more, sort of moving through there, you are going to be ready to go. You're going to be ready to go and ready to rock and roll as well. So I think that is what's happening. That's at least what I'm talking about with the adventure, not only the adventure, the art of adventure going on with that. Art of adventure still on the table too. We got Lisa wants to know, are things with me and Stephen, is it all over? Are we broken up for good? Is Stephen never going to contact me again? I don't know. I say you're done. I say you're done. And I say you're done. I don't know. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think basically Stephen is going to turn into a sniveling fool for you. I think Stephen sees that there's the opportunity is winding down. I think that Stephen sort of sees that things are not exactly where they want to be. And Stephen's whole demeanor changes. You have this whole weird thing happening here. I do think somebody ends up ghosting somebody else, definitely within the context of here. I think there's a lot of back and forth. I think there's a lot of pent-up frustration, and nobody's really put it on the table. Nobody's really worked this out through the entire thing. I think both of you are a little bit checked out, like we're talking about with Solid as a Rock over here. Just like I really don't have a lot of dedication. I really don't have a lot of connection that's still kind of going, that's still rocking and rolling here. And it feels like a lot of the magic is just gone, and it's very difficult to get it through. I think that you've sort of tried to bring that back in a lot of perspectives, but I don't think that anybody's going to be able to do that right now. You do have this level of just sort of restriction. Not a lot I can do about it. I just sort of look at it. I just sort of hope for the best, and not a lot of meat on the table in this particular situation as far as it goes. Now, again, I think this is going to be a slow grind into the toilet. Not going to be something that just immediately ends, just magically, boom, it's gone. Again, slow grind down. Some ghosting effect is going to happen here. And overall, it just takes some time. But yeah, I mean, I think that the magic being gone ends up greatly affecting both of you. And there's not really a lot to band-aid up at this point, trying to get it going with that. Sarah is next. The restructuring at work. Restructuring is never a good thing. How does my career look like with this company in the future? Man, restructuring is not a good word. Not a good word indeed. And I thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. Nobody likes the word restructure. You know, one time, this was way back. One time, it's story time. One time, I was working at this place and they had a party, and everybody came into this party and they had cake and they had beer. This is, it's a long time ago when they had beer, right? You could drink at work. But anyway, they had all this stuff, and don't ask me why cake and beer should go together. I didn't make the party. Anyway, so we get into the party, and it turns out that they're deleting all of the department that we were working at. They're deleting all of the the department, and all of us were fired. So that was the party. So to say that was the most awkward party ever is an understatement. Because at the end of the party, everybody went home unemployed, beer at work. Reiki, beer at work used to be a thing. I don't know. This is back in the 90s, back before everything was politically correct, I guess. But anyway, I mean, yeah, they had beer. Yeah, you'd go to an after party and they'd have drinks, You go to a party, it'd be like a party after work, and they'd have drinks and they'd serve you drinks and stuff. They had like an open bar. That was really popular in the 90s, but not anymore, obviously. So yeah, you can tell I'm old. You can tell I'm old. TTM, the cloth is an upgrade. It is an upgrade. It was $20. I do have some on sale if you need one. All right. So let's say the restructuring, how does the company look with the future? I think this doesn't look too good. This looks a little bit challenging, which is why I think this is in some respects, this is sort of your disassociation with the company, your dissatisfaction with the company, and your willingness to leave the company and to go with the previous boss or to go somewhere else or to find a new opportunity, right? You do have a little bit of that 3 of Wands. I'm looking and I'm not content with how things are anymore. I think the restructuring is frustrating. I think the restructuring restructures it a little too much. When I say a little too much, I mean that all of the good things, all of the kind of predictable things that you liked are definitely being moved around and being shuffled around a little too much, and you're not really content with how things are going in that department. It feels like we're sort of carrying a little bit of the weight that we don't need to carry. It's almost like that you get a little bit too much of the restructuring load, and you're kind of frustrated with the entire thing as it goes. Overall, it's good at first. Like at first, you're like, this ain't that bad. And then as it progresses, as it keeps moving, you get more frustrated and more frustrated with it. And eventually, I think that you're kind of ready to get out the door. But it's great at first, and then it just kind of slides down an ever winding slope downward. And then you're a little bit frustrated as far as that goes. At least that's what I think. Entertainment purposes only. Never be frustrated based upon a random dude on the internet. Black Swan is next R&I in September. How is that going to work? Victorian romantic tarot. It's real and it is spectacular. It is spectacular, right? Well, there you go. So yes, everyone was, nobody got drunk. They don't serve that much beer, but nobody got drunk. The only time I've seen like an open bar where it was just an obscene amount of beer was when I went on a cruise. I went on a cruise to the Caribbean, and they had basically a party boat. And so you get on this boat and they take you out for snorkeling, right? And so they started playing music, and they open up this cooler, and it's this like gigantic cooler that like spans the entire back of the boat. And they open this thing up, and it's full of every liquor you could possibly think of, and like every beer you could possibly think of was in there, and everybody on the boat just got sauced, man. Everybody was just like completely sauced, and some people were trying to snorkel. They were trying to go down the little steps of the boat, and they'd fall in because they were so drunk and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of fun, but yeah, hopefully that never happens again, because I thought somebody was going to drown out of that, but Anyway, R and I in September, 2 of Cups with a 4 of Cups. A lot of people are giving both of you a lot of attention. It feels like that there's a lot of external attention, a lot of people asking questions, a lot of people giving both of you looks. It just feels like there's a lot of attention coming towards both of you. And that's kind of interesting. It's not like something that you've seen before, but it is sort of bring in a different dynamic as far as that, right? You got a lot of people sort of surrounding this person and talking to them, and you get that kind of a feeling in the mix, but it's definitely something weird. 2 of Cups says that you have a nice little conversation within September. It's like we start talking about some deeper aspects, some emotions, some deeper things within both of us that we really haven't thought of before, we really haven't talked about before, and embracing that is kind of fun and kind of something that you like as well. The 3 of Wands talks about planning a trip in September. Either we're going on a trip in September or we're planning something maybe for a few months out as far as this goes. Temperance talks about an angel. I think you start having some really weird dreams about R in September, like a whole new look as far as dreams go, as far as how they're looking, what they're doing, what kind of things are going on with this individual. It seems that you're sort of entering this new zone or this new level as far as dreams. You're having a lot more dreams, a lot more things happening within the dreamland for this particular person. So that's kind of interesting as well. All right, we do have Janice is next. Who is Janice? Was that MyOneLiFe? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, you're me, Janice. All right, I'd like to know where it is that I am headed. Will I be able to get some fulfillment, to get something decent, to get something going with that? Let's use one of my favorite decks for this, the Gregory Scott. This used to be Sarah's favorite back in the day. Back in the day before Sarah found the Druidcraft Tarot, fell in love with it, and couldn't live without it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't live without it any longer. Now Sarah is a changed woman. She is a Druidcraft woman. All right, anyway, I'd like to know where it is that I'm headed. We'll be able to reach any kind of fulfillment going through there. Your path that you're taking, you find out there's a considerable waste of time within that path. In other words, I'm chasing this objective. I'm chasing this object. I'm trying to get some things done over here. And it feels like I'm not making the progress that I want. And it's at that point that you start reevaluating what you're doing and how you're doing it. I think reaching that fulfillment, some of the goals that you have planned, some of the objectives that you have in your mind that you're sort of shooting for are not reachable, or have a little bit of a, sort of a big mountain to climb that you're not able to get over as far as that is. The judgment says we have some new opportunities, new ideas, new goals, new plans, and that is going to be something that you're excited about. And it actually breaches that gap between fulfillment and what I'm doing now, because it feels like you don't feel like you're reaching fulfillment. You don't feel like you're making the progress that you really should be making. And I think that's a legitimate thing. King of Wands says I've been going kind of down a hill. I've been kind of on a descent rather than an ascent in getting some of the structure, getting some of the things that I would like to get out of here. The level of meditation, the level of focus really clears up and cleans up once you get into these new goals. Once you reestablish some more realistic things, some more objective things that you would like to reach for, that you would like to get done here, because it feels like that you're just sort of in a competition with yourself. I want to do this, I'm not getting this. I want to do that, I'm not getting that. It feels like that there's a big divide between the objectives that you would like to see and the objectives that you're kind of getting at the end of the day. Cinderella, thank you for your donation. I appreciate your third donation tonight. Cinderella's burning up the credit card over there. Cinderella's working that card over there. working that card over there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's do Cinderella phase 1. Cinderella phase 1. I don't have the Arcanum Tarot. I'm sorry. I don't have the Arcanum Tarot. It's something that I do not have unboxed yet because I, Cinderella, am horrifically lazy. You know that? You know that. All right, let's see what's going on. Kosiah is up in the house on the PayPal side. Thank you very much, Kosiah, for your donation on the PayPal side. I appreciate you. All right, but yeah, I sent payment, but my question did not show. It did. Well, Cinderella, that's because we're having difficulties today, Cinderella. Nothing's working. Mercury retrograde is happening over here, but I do see it. I see it in the chat. I see it in the chat over there, even though it didn't flash on my screen. I see it happening within the chat. All right, Tira Marchetti, it works. It works indeed. Okay, general for September. The 4, saving up. It feels like a lot of things that you have been saving up for, now you get to spend on it. And that's not really isolated into monetary mean. That's not really isolated into money, or that's not really isolated into stuff that's sort of limited to the structure of money, possessions, sort of that grounding kind of thing. It also feels like emotionally, you're sort of ready to rock and roll. The stuff that you have been saving up for, the stuff you have been preserving, and you haven't really been out there sort of stretching your wings, I think gives you the opportunity that you now have in September to go out there and do that, to go out there and to make that great. You're talking over here about spending after saving. So this goes in a lot of different areas. It hits you in a lot of different ways, but it really feels like now I can release. Now I can do the things that I want. Now I'm not really restricted as much as I have been within the past. The 9 over here of Wands. It feels like one of the things that has been bothering you health-wise, one of the things that you have been having issues with, really sort of clears up a lot in September, and you're kind of ready for that to happen. It's something that you have been feeling that, you know, intuitively, that this is a temporary thing, that you do have a better scope, you do have a better opportunity, and I think health-wise, you make a remarkable improvement in one particular area as far as it goes. You're talking about the Hanged Man over here. I think your intuition is very much on point in September as well, and I think you're rocking and ready to go intuitively. It feels like you can sense things, you know things, you have some observations about things, and that's something that you're kind of excited about because you definitely want to at least stretch your legs and get those things going as far as it moves in, right? Cinderella, we do have you in there. We do have you in there indeed. Cinderella, I have all 3 donations in there. The queue is broken because it's Mercury retrograde, but that's the way it goes. Rosemary knows what I'm talking about. Mercury retrograde, even though we don't have any teddy bear up in the house tonight, we are going to do the teddy bear tarot anyway. Rosemary wants a general reading for the next 2 weeks and wants to apply for a transfer too. We'll see if that's going to be something that we can do. Can we do that? Can we make that happen over there? All right. General reading for the next 2 weeks. Man, week 1 is one of those weeks where everything just ain't working. It feels like you're in that stream over there. The lovers, a lot of the connections that you're excited about, a lot of the beautiful connections that you're waiting for. It feels like those are easy in the next 2 weeks. The first week kind of feels weird because it feels like that something's pending, something's waiting, something is not quite right as far as that. It feels like you're stuck in time, or things aren't going the direction that you would like them to go. But it feels kind of weird as far as that is. All right, we're going to go with the ending soon. There we go. The ending soon works. The ending soon works. All right. But yeah, it feels like that you're a little bit frustrated, and yet the connections are just working well for you. The connections are working the way that you would like it to be. You do have a 9 over here. Emotionally, satisfaction is out of reach, but you're kind of content with where you're at. You're kind of content with what you want to do, right? Because a lot of times you don't know what you would like to do. You don't know where things are going. And it feels like that's really sort of laid out for you, clarified very much for you, and you're ready to hop in and rock and roll with that. 2 big majors over here. The Hierophant talks about some kind of a court case or something going on, maybe a ticket, traffic ticket, something's going on legally as far as that goes within the next 2 weeks as well. So there you go. A little bit going on, you know. Figures the ending soon works. You got to eventually end. All good things must eventually come to an end. Rosemary knows what I'm talking about. If you apply for a transfer next month, you want to get a new job. You want to get all of that stuff, you know. Want to make that happen. We'll see what's going on with that. All right. Let's see here. You have a little bit of this 10 over here. How would it go if I apply for a transfer? Oh, man. Oh, you got mixed messages. The one, you have a celebration, transfer work, things went well, things were rocking. Number 2, you have the transfer going okay. You get the opportunity, and they do give it to you. There's some drama. There's some drama in this transfer, like somebody else was applying for it. Or is there something going on as far as that goes? There feels like there's some drama. There's some things built in here that you're going to have to sort of move through. You're going to have to sort of, you know, plow through to say what have you. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. We're going with a thumbs up. I do think you'll get it, but somebody else is upset, or there's some drama, there's some stuff going on. It feels like some things are happening as far as that goes. All right, well, Sophia and I be close when she gets older. Let's find out. I think Sophia was a cat. Was Sophia a cat? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I think Sophia was a cat. Virgo do if I showed up at his home. Matthew gets older, will he and I be close? I don't know. Sophia person? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we use a kitty deck for the whole thing just because we can. Anyway, will Sophia and I be close when she gets older? Let's see what's going on with that. 10 of Wands, the Magician. It does feel like that Sophia and you do get close indeed. It feels like the 10 of Wands. There's a level of sort of difference of opinion, if this is a person, or difference of mood, if this is a pet kind of thing. It feels like there's a disconnect between Sophia and you definitely got to sort of figure that out and figure out, you know, how that's going to go and how things are going to be. The Magician sort of talks about as well that there's a little bit of a power struggle, almost like maybe opinions or some they blossom into some different opinions, or they have some different aspects, some different looks on things, and kind of what you were thinking that they would. Overall, the 5 of Swords says that there's a big disconnect, like they don't talk to you for a long period of time. I don't think that's because they choose it. It may be because somebody else chooses it for them. But you do have that disconnect here for a period of time that just happens with this individual. So that's interesting, kind of weird. But, you know, there we go. All right, when Matthew gets older, when he and I be close, I don't know. You're getting a cat deck anyway, even though none of these people are cats. We're doing a cat deck anyway, just because I can. Just because I'm a cat-friendly kind of guy. All right, when Matthew gets older, will he and I be close? Yes. I think this is somebody where you are close. In fact, I think that they end up living with you for a little bit. And Five of Pentacles, I need a place to stay. I need some aspects here that I'm not getting. I need some money. I really think that they end up getting you trying to move in at a minimum. Queen of Wands over here says, Matthew and you really get along well. It's almost like that you have the same thought. You talk a lot. You get a lot of connection. You get a lot of communication. There's some good things happening with here. And Nine of Pentacles feels like this is one of the mainstay kind of memories, one of the mainstay relationships that you're kind of thrilled about and excited about. And this is somebody you do go back and forth with and back to as well. So looking pretty good with that. And the last Samantha phase of 3. All right. What would the Virgo do if I showed up at his home? I don't know. If you showed up at the Virgo's home, and I don't know, you're talking about for some loving or something like this. I think you should do it. Look at this. Look at this. You got a little bit of the Chariot over here. Do that trip. Make that trip. Get that going on. There's some good things happening. There's some interesting aspects to this, and that'll be kind of fun for you and the Virgo as well. So definitely something that make the trip and looking good with that. Page of Swords says it's definitely surprising. It's almost like that they, didn't expect you, or they, sort of weirded out by the whole thing at first, but then they kind of warm up, right? That Justice card, we kind of warm up, we kind of get it going, and overall it feels like that we have a good connection as far as this goes. So yeah, looking pretty good indeed. I think you should do it. All right, so we use the cat deck for absolutely no reason, but we do have a reason for why LK is next. Wants to know about Marvin's feelings. Does Marvin like me or not? Let's see. Marvin, is Marvin going to be decent? We'll see where it is happening over there. Marvin, thoughts towards me after the last message that I sent. I did a core dump. Over there throughout all of the messages, all of the interesting things, and we'll see what they did with that. Two of Swords, they don't know how to reply to it. They really didn't expect it. They don't know how to reply. This is something that did indeed take them a little bit off guard, right? So this is something with that King of Wands over here. I think that Marvin just feels like that this was a little too much, but you made your point, right? But they didn't agree with some of the points, or they didn't agree, or they didn't sort of coincide. They didn't have the same look and feel to it that you did. That Two of Swords, that separation of worlds, is almost like that there's a disagreement within the context of this. Seven of Cups said there's some ideas in there that they had not thought of before, and that's something that they kind of appreciate. They like that look. They like to see where it's going. They like to see what's going on, what's up with it as far as that is. But the Four of Swords says it's going to be a while before they reply, or before you at least get a minimum or a meaningful reply going forth with this. So that's what Marvin thought about that particular connection, that particular text, and all of that other stuff. Kolzai is burning up the credit card tonight. Got a couple in the queue tonight. So Kolzai, you are in the queue. My queue is broken because I'm having technical difficulties. I will fix it, but I need more than 10 minutes, to fix it. I need more than 10 minutes to fix stuff. So yeah, that's something that I do. Sometimes I need that. Sometimes I need a little more time to get things a-working, but I always get things a-working because that's what I do for a living. All right, let's see what's happening here. A little bit of a generale for September. Where is that going to take us? What are we going to do here with September? All right, went to Mickey D's, and you're tired now. Why are you tired? Did you get too many carbohydrates at Mickey D's? What's going on over there with the Mickey D's? All right, let's see. King of Swords, Temperance on the star. We have Temperance in almost every reading. I don't know what's going on with that. Temperance into the Queen of Swords. The King of Swords. This feels like something where this is your opportunity to reach out to somebody you haven't seen in a while. The Star. It's almost like that you have a karmic connection or a destiny connection that's happening within the context of September. Like somebody's coming into your life, either that you haven't seen in a while, that you know is very important to you, or maybe you have a new person coming in, and that's something that you're kind of looking forward to. You kind of feel like, I've talked to this person before, I've interacted with this person before, and a lot of September sort of is occupied by this person and this connection, almost like a weird connection that you really did not expect it to have, right? Temperance just talks about the blending of worlds, the blending of two worlds. Again, it feels like that you've talked to this person before, it feels like you've been with this person before, and that's sort of one of the overall themes that's going to be common across this. So yeah, interesting. You have an interesting September as far as it goes. Kolziah is next, donated on the PayPal side. Let's see what is going on. Boss's reaction to my work email. All right, what will be my boss's reaction with the project proposals? Okay, we'll see about project proposals. Are we going to be able to get anything done for that? They like it, and they like, wow. I think that your proposals, I think that your email breaks ground in some good ways that they didn't expect to see, or they didn't expect to have right here. You're introducing something that they like, and you're introducing something that's so new, that's so innovative, that you're kind of excited to sort of see, where this is going to go at the end of the day. The death card is important here. The death card just talks about the changes that are within this proposal that is going to be substantial, that's going to have some real world impact, that's going to have some good things that you're kind of looking for, you're kind of sort of waiting to happen here. The judgment says that this proposal, it leads on to something new. In other words, you're blossoming an idea that leads into something else, that leads into something else, and that leads into something else. So you kind of have that stairway that you have opened the door to, and that's something that they want to see going in here. Now, there is sort of the project proposal. There is a level of, how about you do it, right? So there could be an opportunity here where they just dump the whole thing on you because you had the idea, and that could be a little bit on the challenging side, but at the end of the day, you brought it up, so if they're going to dump it on you, they're going to dump it on you. That's the way it goes. All right, the other question is, how many followers does how does my TikTok followers see me? Let's see how your TikTok looks over there. When I first read that, I thought it said TTM. I thought it said TTM. All right, but it is TikTok. Are the TikTok followers you? They like you quite a bit with that. I think there's a lot of people that do sub to you that definitely want to see what you're coming up with next, or want to see what kind of innovations you have next. That Ace of Wands, what kind of magic wand, what kind of magic creation, what kind of cool thing do you have coming out there? And you're kind of they're kind of excited about where things are going or what you're doing with that. Nine of Cups talks about the satiation, the wonder, the enjoyment that you have going on, that people like that. And the Nine of Cups, you're delivering things that people like, and I think that's something that at the end of the day, that's something that is good. It's good for everybody as far as that goes. So there we go. A little bit of that. Sag Girl, welcome. Good to see you. Misrak, I already read you. I read you. You got to rewind a little bit, Misrak. Rewind a little bit, and there you will be tonight. Let's make it happen tonight. Speaking of this, I still need to email her and see what the status is on this thing, because I do want to do some big giveaways on the stream. Do want to have some big giveaways. All right. Should I ask Sal to help with my transfer? Would he be able to make this happen? Ooh. Transfer was looking good in the previous read, wasn't it? Wasn't it looking pretty good in the previous reading? I thought it was. Nine of Cups, yes. Strength, yes. Queen of Cups, yes. A lot of cups. Like, this person is invested in you. They understand what you need. They understand where you're going. And they do have a level of investment in you. And that's going to be something that's good at the end of the day. Talk about the Nine of Cups, the satiation, the good mood. And you have a couple of cups in here. The Nine of Cups talks about the end of the cups, the satiation, the enjoyment, all of the things going through there. And the Queen of Cups talks about the outcome that we need, the level of control from that Queen of Cups that we need in here. And that's going to be good. Strength talks about helping, right? Assisting, taking control of the situation. So overall, it looks like they are going to be able to help make it happen. They are going to be able to make it good. And overall, I think that you should ask them to help. That Strength card, especially with that light beaming down and the opportunity being there and looking pretty good as far as it goes. All right. When we're going to be a ghost after we die, is that going to be something that we can reincarnate as an Aries? Let's find out if we can get an Aries card in here, get a little bit of that. Maybe we have TTM up in here waiting for that Emperor to appear. We'll see with that. Universe. I think the universe makes it possible as far as it goes, right? Universe is good. Let's get one more card over here. It'll be this one right here. This one right here. Oh, Jesus, look at that. I just randomly picked a card out of a thoroughly shuffled deck. The last card, I randomly picked it, and we have, what do we have, my friends? We have the Aries right there. Solid as a rock.
Hooray!
We have the Aries at the end, just like you wanted. That Emperor card is there. Easy reading indeed. We'll go with the thumbs up over there. When you are ghosty, and you're making all of the ghosty things, you will come up there. You will make it out as an Aries. You have the King of Swords over here. This is something that you're determined. You want it to happen. You need that Aries feel. You need that Aries to be going and to be rocking. The universe talks about the cycle of life, coming back through, coming back in and making it happen. And that Page of Wands says, although we can't do it maybe in this opportunity here, you have an Aries at the very end. And that is why we read tarot, because we have the pure magic called the tarot decks over there. That's what I'm talking about. Leo girl knows what I'm talking about. Let's see. If my son will begin to talk and form sentences, let's do that. I can't even do sentences, and I'm coming up on 57. I'm coming up on 57 over there. Second part to the question, did I finish my contract here on Earth? No, you didn't finish your contract here on Earth. We got that page over there. You haven't finished your contract on Earth. You got the page. Got that page within that mixture over there. It means no, we have not finished that. All right, let's see. All right, let's see over here. Will my son be able to talk and form sentences? I can't even talk and form sentences, and I'm going to be 57 next month. 57 next month, and I can't even do it. Let's see over here with this. Oh, 7 of Wands. So there we go. A little bit of that 3 of Swords. I think there's difficulty in the beginning. I think that there is difficulty getting this done, difficulty to moving forward, difficulty to making it happen. It appears that there's some work that needs to be involved, some intervention that needs to happen here in order to make this, maybe some tutor, maybe some things going on. Maybe some things happening in here, and I think that is it. I think that is it indeed. Looking pretty good with this. 3 of Swords. This talks about that difficulty in the beginning. You're going to kind of have to put up with some of that, and, you know, at the end of the day, you just kind of make it happen. 7 of Pentacles, again, talks about making the seeds, planting the seeds for success. That's going to be something that you're sort of focused on, and you're sort of making happen when this goes. The sun card as well talks about the sun, things going in, the magic happening, the movement, the big movement towards the next thing, making everything go through here. And that Seven of Wands just talks about mastering the planet, mastering everything as it goes through here. And overall, that just means yes, right? Got a little bit of a yes, making it happen. Going to be sitting in the computer and typing in all of the complete sentences. Not a problem at all. Very nice indeed. All right, we got Sam is next. What is in the near future? What kind of things? We're going to take a look at the near future by looking into your soul with this eyeball right there. Looking into your soul, Sam. We're going to see what is in there. What is going to happen over there? Yeah, TTM. You need to be a tutor to Cinderella on being an Aries over there. You need to instruct them on how to be a proper Aries. A proper Aries. It is the Little Prince Tarot indeed. If you haven't read the story, it's available in a book form or on YouTube. There's a lot of people that read the book to you on YouTube. If you just want to do that, so you can search Little Prince on YouTube and somebody will read you the story. And it's really nice. All right, let's see what's happening next. What's in my near future? King of Cups. Somebody who is totally disassociated. Somebody who's not been a part of your life. Somebody who has been at a distance. Maybe it's somebody who's been interested in you. Somebody maybe who has a crush on you. Somebody who needs to talk to you for some various reasons or what have you. Is finally going to make some contact. Is finally going to open the door. Is finally going to sort of request your attention on a particular thing as far as this goes. Ten of Pentacles talks about happy home, happy family. Feels like there's a lot of grounding, a lot of foundational things that haven't happened in your life that are going to begin happening, start happening as far as this goes. And that's going to be a good thing. Not anything big structurally different or not anything major, what have you, but you do have these things going on, right? These things happening in here. It really feels like that either if you're not in a relationship now, it feels like some big relationship is on the horizon, if nothing else. Ten of Pentacles with the Lovers, maybe a consolidation of a current relationship, maybe a new relationship, but it feels like that there's a lot of interesting things happening here, and you're kind of ready to go. You're kind of ready to see what's going on with all of that. So there we go. All right, why is my face not recognized on PayPal is ticking me off. PayPal is ticking me off right now. My face is like 1 inch from the phone. 1 inch from the phone, and it ain't recognizing me, and I don't know why. Will I make a comeback with my grades? Will it be all right? Will I make a miraculous comeback? Let's see what's happening here. Okay, with the grades, maybe not. Let's see, and what we're doing with that. And then we got a Cinderella after the double and reading. And then we got Marie A. apparently on the PayPal side. Making it all happen tonight. All right, yeah, face recognition. Apparently my face is too ugly to recognize. It just won't do it. Will I manage to make a comeback with the grades? I think you make some comeback. I don't think you make anything miraculous, but you have the Fool, right? The comeback king or the comeback queen. You're going to be able to do at least part of it. The Fool talks about at least venturing out, getting something going, especially with the Chariot. You have the opportunity to move, to make a difference, to make things happen, to get things moving in the direction that you would like to see. So there's definitely a thumbs up reaction as far as that goes. And that's something that you appreciate because at least you got a chance. At least the door is open and ready for you to make something happen in regards to that. The Moon just talks about that you do have a limited time to do that. So once this opens up, once you have the opportunity to make a comeback, you're definitely going to have to just really work hard at it in order to make this happen. Midnight meditations, what is going on? Appreciate you hanging out. All right, well, people actually love and fall in love with my project once I get it done. Now that I have more ideas for the last quarter of the video. Let's see if that's going to be something. We have some unique ideas. Ace of Swords says your new ideas definitely reach out to more people than what you thought you were going to get. So you're reaching out to more people. You're reaching out on a level that is really sort of connecting to more people than you had initially sort of had going as far as this happened. The Justice card feels like that is all right. That's going to be pretty solid for you. And that's something that you've been kind of waiting for, right? I want the opportunity to connect. I want the opportunity to really make a difference, really bring in some things that a lot of people like, a lot of people appreciate as far as this goes. Page of Cups says, though, that some of your ideas, you can't implement them all. I think that at the last minute, you come up with this plethora of ideas of all sorts of things that you really would like to do. But at the end of the day, you just can't do all of them. So you are going to have to sort of triage this. This is a priority. Maybe this is not a priority indeed. I think that's going to be frustrating for you too, because you want to do everything. You want to get that Seven of Cups out there where I can do this and that and this and that and get all of it sort of pulled into here. But it feels like that's just not something that functions at the end of the day 100% for you. So you're just going to have to get over that level of frustration as we kind of go through there. All right. Let's see what is next. We got Cinderella over there. All right. We'll do a little more Ciro Marchetti making it happen over there. All right. Why don't I remember signing a contract of painful lessons? Why did I agree of a life of sacrifice, constant hardships without rewards for all of the hard work? Let's see what's going on with all of that. All right, put down some cards, and we're going to see where we can get. We can get over here. And then we got Marie over there. Let's see. You're kind of looking here at this Five of Coins. I think that you had basically not all the opportunities that you would like to have had within here. The Tower says that a lot of the things, here's the thing. The Tower says that a lot of the things that you're trying to build have crumbled down. Maybe you're trying to build out your health. You're trying to build out some of those things, and then it crumbles down. You're trying to build out your financial freedom, and then that crumbles down. So it feels like as you're trying to build these things, it's like a house of cards, and a big wind comes over, and all of a sudden I can't do a lot of the stuff that I kind of needed to do. So I think that's one of the frustrating parts. You're building this house of cards, a big wind comes through, and you're just not able to get that structural significance that you would like to see from there. Another thing is the Ace of Cups. A lot of the pursuits of relationships haven't gone the way that you would like them to go. And that's something that's not under our control a lot of times, right? I mean, I've had plenty of relationships where they just sort of crumble down and they just go straight to hell. You know, you just have relationships where you think it's going fantastic, and then you get cancer and they dump you, you know? So it's not like that you try to choose these people. You don't know what's going to happen, and I think that's something that's very frustrating for you, me, everybody. I think everybody has that level of frustration when it comes to love as far as that goes. Now, there is a level of balance that you're trying to achieve over here, and one of the things as well is part of the frustrations is you don't have that middle ground. You're either at this extreme or at this extreme over here, and it feels like that you don't have a lot of control. And I think that's the frustrating part about it, is you don't feel like you have a lot of control. If you just had more control, it would be a lot better as it goes. Overall, take the lemons and make lemonade with it. You only get one chance at life. You only get one opportunity. So be happy, be content, and you just sort of, be content with where you're at, what you're doing, and make the best that you can, because there's not really anything else that you can do. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those things. If I can't control something, let it go. If you can't control it, let it go and accept it. If you can control it, make it the best opportunity that you can, right? Make it the best. So there you go. A little bit of a mixture within that, but I don't think this is something you signed up for. Again, with relationships, we've all had the pain in the butt relationships. You're not alone. This is not something isolated to your life. We've all experienced it. It's just the way things go. It's just the way so that things happen sometimes with that. All right, MA wants to know, large amount of money. It must be nice. All right. So the formal question is, I'm waiting on a large amount of cash. Can you tell me when I'm going to get my large amount of cash? All right. Okay, I'll do it. I'll let you know when you can expect your large amount of cash. We'll see over here. Give you an ETA. Try to make it as, obviously, entertainment purposes only. Never expect a large amount of cash based on a fat man reading your cards on the internet. But we need one more card. What the hell's going on over here? The imp. What? Okay, the Seven of Wands. Let's look over here at the deck and wheel at the Seven of Wands and see if that's going to be something all right. That is going to be something all right indeed. We'll go to the quick access, go to the deck and wheel, open up the Seven of Wands, and we see quickly that this, interesting. Large amount of cash, I think, at the end of September. I'm going to go at the end of September for this. Seven of Wands talks about late August, but I'm going to go with the end of September because you have the Emperor over here and an Ace of Swords. You get a communication about it, and I think it's delayed. It's almost like that you get news that it's delayed over here. The King of Wands, somebody's holding it back. There's a little bit of a delay making it happen, getting moving, getting happening with this. And the patience you need to exhibit here in order to get this done. So, my opinion, entertainment purposes only, is at the end of September, almost like September the 25th or 26th, I would say. But obviously, entertainment purposes only. Never wait for fat cash based upon random people on the internet. And that is it for me. Thank you for being here, and we will see you tomorrow.